Hello and thanks for joining us for THV 11 News at noon on this Wednesday. I'm Jurnee Taylor and these are some of the headlines we're following right now. An ARDOT worker killed on the job. Well, we have learned about his death in less than 2 minutes.
How can you help your children have healthy social media habits? I'm Danya Backus with some newly released guidelines.
And for fans of the film, the book club of a new sequel is on the way. We'll tell you when to head to the theaters to see it in today's entertainment news at 12:22. But first, right at the top of the show, we want to head over to meteorologist Nathan Scott. Nathan, today we are finally seeing some of that rain move in a little bit more, huh?
Good Wednesday afternoon, Jurnee. The clouds have been building in all morning long, and you can see them here moving in from the south, taking over the skies. Temperatures have warmed up into the low 80s and upper 70s, and that's pretty much where we're going to stop because once the rain starts, the temperatures are not going to budge much at all. The rain now making its way into the metro, and this rain extends all the way into South Arkansas, even a few claps of thunder mixed in. And so this rain will be locally heavy. It stretches all the way down into Texas and Louisiana. This is an upper level system that is headed in our direction, keeping a good chance of showers and storms in place over Arkansas for the next 24 hours. Temperatures today, if you've already hit the high, you're pretty much done in Little Rock and down to the south. Off to the north, you may climb up a few more degrees before those clouds move in, but the chances of showers and storms stick around into our Thursday and also into the weekend. The weather will still be unsettled. I'll have more on that Mother's Day forecast coming up.
Thank you, Nathan. Well, we begin with new details today about a tragic accident that claimed the life of an ARDOT worker on Monday. 25-year-old Timothy Harris was hit by oncoming traffic on I-430 northbound Monday near the Cantrell Road exit. An ARDOT spokesperson tells THV 11 News that Harris was attempting to clear a shovel from the travel lanes when he misjudged the speed of traffic. He later died at Baptist Hospital. Harris had only been on the job since March. U.S. Marshals are asking for your help finding a dangerous man. Brandon Brewer from Conway is wanted on federal charges on a felon in possession of a firearm and should be considered armed and dangerous. Brewer was previously released on state bonds but was then indicted on a federal level. Since then, he has not been seen. If you have any information, you're asked to call police. Authorities say the gunman behind this weekend's deadly mall shooting in Allen, Texas, had 8 weapons on him at the time of the attack. All were legally obtained and he had no criminal history. Law enforcement officials in Texas revealed details of the investigation into Saturday's deadly mall shooting.
The FBI is currently analyzing electronic devices and digital media connected to the suspect.
We do know that he had neo-Nazi ideation. He had patches, he had tattoos.
Authorities say the shooter worked 3 security companies between 2016 and 2020, where he received firearms training and passed a background check. New York Congressman George Santos is now in custody in the federal courthouse in Long Island. He was charged with 7 counts of wire fraud, 3 counts of money laundering, 1 count of theft of public funds, and 2 counts of making materially false statements to the House of Representatives. Now, this comes after a months-long investigation into Santos's finances and financial disclosures after revelations that he fabricated aspects of his background. Well, we're hearing today from writer E. Jean Carroll following her civil trial victory against former President Donald Trump. A jury found Trump liable for battery and defamation and a first-of-its-kind judgment against the ex-president. Astrid Martinez reports from New York.
Donald Trump did it. And all his saying no, no, no is not true.
Speaking on CBS Mornings, E. Jean Carroll called her legal victory against former President Donald Trump a wonderful feeling.
Every blood vessel in my body jumped up with a complete and utter joy.
Tuesday, a Manhattan federal jury found Trump liable for sexually abusing and defaming the former writer, awarding her $5 million in combined damages.
We are the ones who are the first ones who are holding Donald Trump accountable.
The jury did not find the ex-president liable for rape.
Part of me was obviously very happy that Donald Trump was not branded a rapist.
Carroll said the historic verdict also dispels the notion of a perfect victim.
The perfect victim always screams, and the perfect victim always goes to the police, and the perfect victim always writes it in her diary.
Trump's lawyers plan to appeal the decision, and Trump posted a blistering video statement on his social media platform.
I have absolutely no idea who this woman is. The verdict is a disgrace, a continuation of the greatest witch hunt of all time.
The verdict comes as Trump faces other legal challenges and makes another run for the presidency. Astrid Martinez, CBS News, New York.
Well, the former president's first test with voters may come tonight when he appears on a cable network's town hall in New Hampshire. Now to THV 11 Election Central, first to Pine Bluff, where residents voted down 2 sales tax proposals in yesterday's special election, but just barely. Taking a look at the final numbers released overnight, both tax proposals failed by a slim margin, the smaller tax losing by just 20 votes. With this result, the current 5/8 cent sales tax for education and economic development will go away. That was Go Forward Pine Bluff's 2017 initiative. Voters also rejected the group's new initiative, a 3/8 cent sales tax to fund the police and fire departments. And in Faulkner County, voters ousted 2 current Conway School Board members. In the at-large seat, challenger Sheila Franklin defeated Jennifer Cunningham, who had been on the board since 2018. Cunningham is the board's vice president. And in Zone 5, Trey Geyer defeated Bill Milburn by 113 votes. The election drew much attention after several controversial decisions from the school board involving a transgender bathroom policy, book bans, and more. Both incumbents who lost described themselves as conservatives and were endorsed by Governor Sarah Sanders. And a THV 11 update, it's now been 5 years that people in Russellville have been wondering, when will the talk of a new casino become a reality? The development is caught up in a complex legal battle. The dispute involves restraining orders and voided licenses, and it's between Legends Resort and Casino and Gulfside Casino. Each claims the right to build in Pope County, where the state only approved the construction of one casino. Mark Fulton is the president of Cherokee Nation Entertainment, the branch of Cherokee Nation business behind Legends Resort. He's trying to stay optimistic, but as the process drags on, that's become increasingly difficult.
Oh, it's definitely a little aggravating and can turn into frustration on individual points.
The resort promises massive economic impact, millions in investments, 1,000 new jobs, and a boost to local business. Yep. All these promises are stalled, awaiting a decision from the Arkansas Supreme Court.
At any moment, it could come down or there when they decide to issue a ruling. We're not real. We don't have the magic crystal ball to be able to say or have any affirmative dates or anything. But we're hopeful that this case that's been briefed will be ruled on, before the end of summer, early fall.
Well, Summit Utilities has now been ordered to push back its plans to resume normal bill collections. This just the latest in an ongoing push from Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin. So what does this all mean? Well, Griffin filed the motion last month after Summit announced plans to resume bills and disconnects from those who missed payments, but the Arkansas Public Service Commission put a stop to that today amid investigations into billing problems. The commission did, however, point out Summit customers should keep paying their bills. Now, Summit responded in a statement saying, in part, we want to thank the Public Service Commission for encouraging customers to pay their bills, adding they will continue to cooperate in the ongoing investigation and look forward to a final resolution. Summit hasn't disconnected any customers since last November after the glitches popped up. Here in Little Rock, hundreds of homes and businesses are sitting empty and boarded up, causing some safety concerns for neighbors near them. But code enforcement says it's not a simple or quick fix.
I think most of those buildings will probably be taken down. I mean, probably redeveloped in some of the areas, or some of them just to the point where they'll just have to be demolished, because of the shape they've gotten into.
Now tonight at 10, THV 11's Brooke Buckner gives us a closer look into a solution the city is working to find. Concern over teen social media use is on the rise, and experts have come up with a list of recommendations for safer usage. We share everything you need to know in 6 minutes, but right now, we can also update you on the weather, right, Nathan?
And the weather is changing, Jurnee, as shower storms are making their way in here from the south. It's going to turn into a soggy afternoon for parts of the state. I'll have a live look at radar and let you know how much rain we could see over the next couple days coming up.